Hello, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. I'm going to talk today about standing in our authentic power and dropping the shame and the guilt, right? Because there are so many gifted people on this planet, particularly leaders and healers and visionaries, right? That care so hugely, that their hearts are so open, that they have so much compassion and empathy, that they are, I'm talking about myself here too, right? That we have such a big heart, we don't want to get anything wrong. And if something has happened, like we made a mistake, or maybe someone's bullied us or didn't like us and what we had to say, we hold back on our gift. I keep saying our time is now, because there's never been, like you can even see it in statistics, more need on the planet for healers, light workers, visionaries, leaders, innovators, doing things in new ways. It is so necessary, it is so needed, it is so important right now. It is not the time to back down. But it is time to heal the trauma, right? So book in for a trauma release session, because it is so important that we do this, right? And I want to tell you, like, one of my favourite parts of a movie, I've got so many things that I reference and love in terms of like what inspires me, and it's really important for us to stay inspired. But if any of you have watched like Eminem's movie, right? So forget what you may or may not think about him, but the movie Green Mile, I think it's Green Mile, or is that right? It's not Green Mile, is it? Is it Green Mile? It's something Mile. Anyway, 8 Mile, infinity sign. Ooh, that's cool. 8 Mile. There's a rap battle at the end, and his opponent knows everything he's going to be ashamed of, everything that's going to hurt him. So in the final rap battle, his opponent goes first, and he says all these things that are the things that hit Eminem in the heart, the things that he's most embarrassed about, the things that he's most ashamed of, right? He knows he's going to hit him with it. So what Eminem does is he gets up on stage, and in his rap battle, he gets there first, and he owns every single piece that he's ashamed of. He lives in a trailer, he lives with his mum, he has done some silly things, right? And at the end of that rap battle that he wins, he says, like, now tell these people something they don't know about me. And why I love that moment in that movie is because it's so important for us, right? Not, you have to tell everyone what you're ashamed of, although shame lives in the shadows. And when you're not scared of it coming out and feeling like you could just be derailed by it, that's important. But what I love about that was the truth is, right, he was the best rapper. He was the best rapper no matter what. He was the best rapper even though he was a messy human. Even though he was broke, even though he lived with his mum, even though he'd done loads of messy things, he was the best rapper. His gift didn't change. So if you are on this planet to do things, to help people, to do great work, right? Your mess, your chaos, your messy humanness does not take away from that. Even if you've had a person, a client, or someone that you've worked with that doesn't like what you did, or you've learned from it, or it wasn't for someone, it's still, if you know inside of you, right, it doesn't mean you're not good at what you do. Don't back down, right? Hello, I can't see who's on, but what I'm saying is, right, I'm talking about authentic power. I'm talking about our gifts are our gifts. I'm talking about 8 Mile, you know, the Eminem movie, and at the end, I love that rap battle, because at the end, he owns all his shame, and he says, tell these people something they don't know about me. He owns it all, but what is most powerful to me is that he's not scared of it, because he's owning his power, because what he's saying really is he's still the best. He doesn't say this in words, but the point of it energetically is he starts knowing that he's the best rapper no matter what. He knows he's the best rapper. I'm not saying you have to be better than anyone else. I'm just saying if you own your gift, right, and then you don't make your shame mean something, the things, the mistakes you've made, the people who don't like you, the people who have something to say aren't your people, right? So they don't get it. So what? Don't back down when you know that you've gone through, especially for a lot of us on a spiritual path, we've gone through so many challenges, right? They were here for a reason. They were here for us to share, for us to elevate people, for us to like influence people, not to just go, oh, well, I'm going to back down because someone who doesn't get it is afraid or doesn't like it or is projecting their shit on me, which is what most of it's about, by the way. So shine your light. Know that your gift doesn't change. Your gift doesn't change if you make a mistake. Your gift doesn't change if you don't know fully yet how to run a business. Your gift doesn't change because you're a messy human that had an argument with your partner. Your gift doesn't change, right? You still get to own it. You still get to be paid for it. You still get to be you. That's so important. And like, I want to talk, because I worked with a lot of celebrities and personality-led brands. Hi, Sylvia. I was just talking about something, so you have to watch the beginning of it, but I'm talking about authentic power and how our gift doesn't change because we're messy humans. Our gift doesn't change because we've made mistakes. Our gift doesn't change if we don't know how to build it. Hello, my love, I love you, hello. build a business. Our gift doesn't change, right? Because we've gone through difficulties. In fact, so many of us as leaders and visionaries have been through really big challenges, right? Because we're meant to share them. We're not meant to back down because someone bullies us. We're not meant to back down because someone doesn't get it. We're not meant to back down because we made a mistake, right? It's our training ground to stand in our power, but we are needed on the planet as healers, as leaders, as visionaries, as innovators more than ever. This is the time. That's why I keep saying our time is now. So please, the guilt and the shame comes with being an empathetic, compassionate person with our heart open, but it is not what we have to shy away from. So I was saying about the Eminem movie, and at the end of it, how he just owns it all. Shame lives in the shadows, and the things that we're scared of coming out, right, actually can empower us. Now, this is not to say you have to say everything you're ashamed of to the internet. It's just that don't give your power away to it, and don't make it mean that you're not good at what you do, right? You're allowed to be a messy human. You're allowed to make mistakes, and your gifts still doesn't change. What you can do for people, how you can help them, how you can inspire them, it doesn't change because you've made a mistake. It doesn't change because someone doesn't like you, right? This is so important. And I was saying, like, personality-led brands, because I've worked with a lot of them. It's like, if you think of someone like Gary Vee, so huge influencer on social media, if you know who he is, he's very outspoken. Yeah, but people love him. Why? Because he's authentic. When you're authentic, people trust you. They don't have to agree with every opinion that you've got. They don't, and then when they trust in you being authentic, you have so much more power, right? Because they don't need you to be perfect. So we're all trying to be perfect, thinking we can only do it when we're perfect, right? When we've like somehow cleaned up our humanity. And here's the thing, really what makes us connect, especially as visionaries to other people, is our humanity. Is the fact that we're not perfect, is the fact that we're messy humans, right? And we're still going for it, and we still have gifts, and it doesn't change when we make a mistake, right? That's so massive. What else did I want to say about it? I can't remember, but the point is just like know that the human experience is a human experience. It's not a reason to back down. People may do things on our journey, especially if you're going for more visibility. It's the reason why I resisted visibility for so long. It's part of the reason, right? Because, like, although I've made lots of people famous in my jobs, right, in my consultancies, I really didn't, it was a nervous thing for me because I know what that comes with, right? But we can be stronger than that. I am stronger than that. I'm more resilient than that. You know, so what? But, like, knowing that people might not like you, might not get you, they're generally projecting their stuff on you. This is not the reason we back down. Our soul-aligned people need our stories, need our journey, and need us not to be perfect, right? So I just reminded that rap battle again because I just love that ending of that film, that movie, where he just owns absolutely everything. And then he just says, now tell these people something they don't know about me, because he's in the power of it doesn't change who I am, it doesn't change what I can do, it doesn't change that he was the best rapper, right? So whatever you're going through, whatever you've been through, whatever mistakes you've made, whatever mud, I've talked to Sylvia about this before, right? I love the lotus, and the lotus flower grows in the mud, right? But when it comes through, it bursts through, I think they grow in lakes, right? When it bursts through, there's no mud on it. It's so perfect, right? And that's like us. There's no mud on us. It just makes us more beautiful. The fact that we get it, the fact that we care, the fact that we've lived, the fact that we've done these things. There's no mud on you. No one, no matter what they've done to you, whatever they've said to you, whatever you feel like they've taken from you, can actually take you from you. That's authentic power. No one knows you like you know your own heart. No one knows you like you know how determined and how committed you are to change, to transform, to be true, right? To be the person you came to be better every day. No one knows you like that. And if they think they do, they've known a tiny piece of you from the past, right? But your direction is more important, your choice, your values, right? And get the shit out of your life, by the way. Like, I've had to do that so many times, and I'm not calling people shit, but I'm saying, like, people, places, environments, things where you can't grow, where you can't thrive. We want to be good at getting out of those, right? The environment, the soil we grow in matters. Some soil is stale, and it's feeding off us rather than nourishing us. You know what I mean? Like, we can be in environments with people, with events, with, you know, that are actually eating us. We are energizing it, and it's not making us thrive. Get in environments step by step, day by day. I'm not saying you can completely change your life overnight, but be determined to find environments, people, circumstances, containers, groups, collectives. They exist on the planet, I promise you. They just might not be your neighbors right now, that nourish you. That nourish you, that nourish your mission, that nourish your purpose, the way you thrive, right? Our environment does not control us, though, right? You can thrive in soil that is not so good for you, but don't power it up. You want your environment to feed you. You want the things you put in your mind, the things that you put in your heart, the people you talk to nourish you so that you thrive. You're not here to just power up everyone else and dwindle. You're here to thrive, right, on this planet. Hi, I think that's Leah. Hello, my love. We're here to thrive. So if we are, so many of us as empaths, as healers, as light workers, we are the power source for the people around us. They are like literally, we need to clean that up in our energy. So that we're not doing that. We need to be nourished by our environments, nourished by our communities, right? Or just clean in our energy so that we're not being sucked from, so that we can shine. We've got important work to do. We don't have time. We don't have time, right? The time is now. Time is a concept. We can go into some intellectual rubbish about that, or we could just say, look, my time is so valuable. It's the only resource I don't get back. Money you can make over and over again. Time is the only resource, right, that we have the same amount of often, but we don't get back. Where I put my time has to nourish me, like I would nourish my body if I was taking care of it. You know what I mean? Like I would nourish my skin with the best skincare if I could, whatever it is, or my hair, whatever you can do. It's not a judgment on that. It's just like I would nourish my child if I could. We need to nourish ourselves and thrive. It's so important. It's so, so, so important. And guilt and shame holds us back. What someone else thinks about you is got nothing to do with your gift, got nothing to do with what you came to do. And if they don't get you, they're not your people. Don't try and waste time like convincing the ones that don't get it yet, right? Shine your light and be fueled by the people who do, that get you, that speak to your heart, that speak to your soul. Now, this is not to be taken lightly. There are not everyone's going to get it, right? When you find the people, hello, my love, I think that might be Sarah. When we find the people that nourish us, right, that get us, right, especially as visionaries, because we are the black sheep. We are the ones that are misunderstood. Let yourself be nourished by them. Don't try and convince the ones that don't get it yet. They're not your people yet. Just shine your light and they'll be curious and they'll want to know more. And then they'll be like, and eventually they'll come, their consciousness will raise, right? So we don't want to burn our energy in I call it peak performance because it is peak performance in ineffective ways. We want to be in environments, in fertile soil. We want to nourish our gifts and not be put down, not be put off, not be put down by the people who are given to us sometimes to help us strengthen and stand stronger. Light workers, people on a soul mission, you are not meant to back down when someone doesn't like you, when someone doesn't get it, if you have a bad experience with a client. This is not the thing, right? We get our skills intact. We get our emotional intelligence intact. We get our energy and our love intact. Yes, we send love to them and we let them go and we don't let it put us off our purpose. So that's why I wanted to share Elevate You's opening in November. That is the program for entrepreneurial schools, energetic release in terms of visibility, being paid to be you, and the brand strategy and business models for you. It's such an extraordinary place to be. So it's 10 weeks, which is a long time to be in a container, weekly coaching, bite-sized trainings, like 20 minutes each, about 3 times a week, and energy activations and clearance. It will be everything you need to elevate your business and brand, be paid to be you, deep dive into your purpose, get so aligned in the foundation of what it's really about for you, and be in your authentic power about it. But beyond that, remember that Eminem movie. Remember when he says, he owns it all, when shame and guilt is not the reason he doesn't go ahead. He knows he's the best rapper. You're the best at what you do because only you can do it in your unique way, right? You're the best at being you. Get better at it, master your art, but don't let people put you off, because there will be people that don't get it yet, that will try and be like the crabs in the bucket, pulling you down. You just need to stand strong, stand tall, and if you have to be the only one in your kind of place to start with, that's fine, because you'll find your people, they'll find you, but they can't find you when you're dumping it down, trying to please everyone else, and they can't find you when you're letting people who don't get it take from you in some way, right? We don't have to be taken from. No one can truly take anything away. So I love you. I hope that's inspiring and empowering. Have an amazing day, Sylvia. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. It's awesome to be in your energy. Your photos, by the way, look amazing. Check out Sylvia. She's just like such a leader, such a fierce but graceful, beautiful queen, visionary woman doing stuff in such style. I love that about us. You know what I mean? That we have the ability to keep our hearts open and walk with strength, and you have the ability massively, my love, in terms of strength and grace. It's wonderful to watch. So thank you. I love you. Have a great day.